Alright, what is up everybody? So today we're going to be going over how to power wheelie on the S1000RR. What I showed today is probably applicable to most leader bikes, but we're specifically going over S1K. Alright, so the very first thing is your settings. I use Race Pro 1 for my wheelies, and basically everything is off. Pretty much it. Engine torque on max, engine brake as little as possible, traction control off for as little as possible, wheelie control completely off. Now, if you are just starting to learn and you are scared, then you can turn wheelie control onto 1. With wheelie control on 1, you're only going to get about that high, about a foot. So it really doesn't let you go up that high, but that safety is there if you're just starting out and you want that peace of mind. ABS off or little. I wouldn't really worry about your suspension that much, but I have my front on as loose as possible. Alright. So, first the main thing with wheelies is your rear brake. You want to make sure your right foot is always covering the rear brake. When you're doing power wheelies, it's easy to not use it because you're already doing a power, so any let go of the throttle, the bike will come down immediately and pretty hard. But it is good practice to keep your right foot on the rear brake, and when you reach the point where you're holding your wheelies, start practicing, bring the bike down with your rear brake. It's a good habit to build, not just letting go of the throttle. So, let's get started then. Another thing that people don't really mention a lot when people are learning how to wheelie is the weather. And I'm not talking about rain, I'm talking about wind. So, when you're first starting to wheelie, let's let this car pass. When you're first starting to wheelie, you got so much going on that your mind is focused on, mostly your nerves and the new feeling of the bike coming up at you. It all feels really new and really scary, that you don't need other factors in there making it harder than it has to be. So make sure that before you start doing this, just a day where the wind is relatively low, because if you bring your bike up and in a strong wind, your front wheel comes out, it's very easy for the wind to push your handlebars left or right, and then you put down at a weird angle and your hand wobble, and that's just a lot more to worry about than you need to when you're first starting. Once you're more confident, the wind is not as big an issue, you get the bike up and you're not as focused on the small details, because it's also natural at that point, and you're able to just kind of really move the handlebars. But when you're first starting, try to pick a day where there's not a lot of wind. Let's say you have a lot of headache when it's not blowing up. Alright, so for 1000RR leader bike, S1000, you want to kind of be in the mid-range RPM, around 6500 to 7000 RPM. And the way you're going to first start, right foot, right rear brake, just gonna give it a little bit of taps, alright, with the throttle, alright? Easy. First give it a little drop, get it up a little bit, and then come back down. Alright, the main thing of that is building confidence, right? You want to be able to get used to that feeling of life coming up at you. Right, but sometimes just come to do it for a while, it's gonna feel scary. But you want to get used to that feeling. Starting, even coming up like an inch, it's gonna feel like a lot. to somebody who's never gotten the bike up before. When I first started out, I popped my bike up like an inch or two and I would start screaming with joy. I thought I got the bike up like 2 feet. Because that's what it feels like. Because you don't really know the feeling of what higher even feels like. So just practice with that for a while. Get used to it. Get confident in it. And the main thing about doing wheelies when you're learning is consistency. Anybody can, accidentally pop the bike up. Why did you go that high? But no one around you knows that, so you kind of play it off and you're like, hell yeah, bro, that was sick. But when you can do it consistently, then you become confident. Consistency builds confidence. Alright? So once you've been practicing for a while, you begin the bike up, you start going higher and higher and higher and higher, testing your limits, alright? But make sure you build that confidence of the previous height first, alright? Don't just fucking day one set it up. Alright, so now I'm gonna set it up. Around 6,500 RPM, I'm just gonna pop the bike up. And bring it down. Now we'll do a little easier right here. Let this guy go. Now, the thing is, you don't want to keep your bike up and chase it until that you're in the red line. Because once you run out of RPM, you're gonna hit that wall, and then your bike is just gonna come slamming down, and that's how people pop their fork seals. So you want to keep an eye on your RPM because everybody chases when they first start, alright? When you are approaching the end of your RPM, I want you to let the throttle go and bring the bike down, and then as the bike comes down, just give it a little bit more gas to soften the impact on the front wheel coming down. Pay attention to what I'm doing. Alright? Now pop the bike up. Down, I'm throttling out. And that kind of softens it out. It spreads out the bike coming down to a much more softer way. It really sucks and it hurts. It can hurt. If you just hit that RPM limit, the bike just slams down. Boom, you come crashing down. Next thing you know, your balls hurt. This car passed. Ah, I got an itch on my cheek. I got it. Nice. No cars coming? Alright. Bike at 6,000. Sorry. That's kind of what you want. Now, once you get fancy in your power wheelies and you have a quick shifter, you pop the bike off. Second. And from there, you can just hold balance point. I kind of started drifting right there. I'm kind of stuck yet, controlling my direction still. But, I'm starting to get it down. I'm starting to shift my shoulders and weight to get the bike to kind of follow the direction I want. I think it'll be a lot easier when I want to stand. But, yeah, that's your power wheelies on the S1000. If you're riding another linear bike, it's probably going to be somewhat similar. Not exactly the same, but somewhat similar. I did ride another S1000. And I could not get the bike up at the RPM that I do on my bike. Same exact bike, same year. Very little differences. They're both stock. The only difference is that he has a shorty exhaust and I don't. But for his bike, I had to do it around 7,500 8,500 RPM, so I had to go about 2,000 RPMs higher than what I do on my bike. I'm not really sure why that is like that, but you know, each bike will be a bit different. Just play around with it, and you'll learn your bike. You'll learn the RPM that each people likes. People a lot bouncy at it, you know? We'll do one more. 10 for the speed out. I like to get towards the bottom because I feel like up here there's a lot more wind. And I'm afraid of the wind, and it's good to be afraid of things that are out of your control. Even things that are in your control. Because overconfidence is what leads to people making mistakes. I see the car coming. Yeah, we're good. You don't want to just throw the bike up, okay? You want to get it up and then kind of lead it up from a certain point. Like, get the bike. Bring it all the way up. That was not a good one. I didn't do that one right. Do that again, alright? Got it up halfway and then kind of let it up. Can you see how they came down? All my RPMs were maxed out. So I let it come down, and then right at the end I kind of throttled it out as it came down. Smooth come down, that's what we like. Snaps away, and then from there I can get it back up to where I want it, and then just ride it out. I chased for a long time. Actually it's very recently that I kind of stopped chasing. So don't worry about it. Everybody learns at their own pace. Take your time, build the confidence, and remember, consistency builds confidence. Consistency builds confidence is the greatest advice I can give you. Do it a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Feel confident in that height before trying to go higher. Be consistent about able to get into that height before trying to go higher. And then, within no time, you'll be a wheelie god. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys ride safe. Hey, what's up, bro? Ride safe. I remember this car is here. This is honestly in a terrible spot because you're kind of looking to the left to see if you don't even need to yield or not, and then you have this fucking car in the middle of the road. And so that's honestly, it's a terrible spot to have a car. They should know that immediately. But thanks for watching, guys. Catch you guys in the next video where we're going to be learning how to do push-ups.